Hey everybody, this is DM Mike, and today I wanted to go back into Tabletop Simulator and show you the tower. This is the tower map that my characters are currently in, where they met Leoselin and Onathar, and were ambushed by these underdark spiders, or what they call Dreife. And I've talked about this in my campaign diary, which I don't think comes out till later, or it might be already out. Dreife is like a Nordic term. It kind of means servant, if I remember right. So that's what I've just called them, Dreife. But anyway, this is the map that they're in, and we're currently on. So let's go ahead and fire up a Tabletop Simulator, and I'll just show you briefly what it looks like. And I think in the moment, as I'm recording this, they're in the midst of fighting these spiders. Like we crescendoed on that battle, so we ended the game right there. So that's where they're currently at. So it's probably set up to look that way. So a broken tower. Here we go. Now, first up, this is not in the book. Elsewhere, there's not supposed to be any, I think, really any kind of combat. But of course, in my game, things have changed. Things have gotten deadly. We have Frulam, who's now switched sides and is running from the cult. The cult doesn't want to put up with that, so they're going to attack, trying to find her and assassinate her. And they have secret ways in finding members. So anyway, this is a tower. Again, this is a mix of 2D and 3D. I have taken a 2D map that I purchased off DM's Guild. I think it's another heroic map. It's a tower map, which looked great, but I wanted some scale. So I went ahead and very quickly, this was quickly put together. So it's probably not as good as I would like it to be. But you can see here, here's where we left off. I mean, here's the tokens. Everybody's right here, and we've got these giant spider models. Typically, I use tokens, but I really wanted something to look creepy and intimidating, so I went to these models. The only problem with this is that if they say, I want to attack the spider, well, which one? You got to keep track of that. So I've labeled them Giant Spider 3, Giant Spider 5. Usually the tokens would be so much easier, but these just look cool. But anyway, besides that, this is, let me switch to a different camera. This is the map. It's an old abandoned watchtower. So I think it's Elturel sits on a river. And so, of course, they would have some kind of watchtowers. I know they're not on the coast. They're not, waiting for large giant ships to come in, giant waves, different things like that. But they have established some watchtowers. So these are giant windows, and when they look out, they can see the pines and some of the mist. And they're on the top floor. There's giant windows here. Oops, let's go right this way. Giant windows over here. And I tried to, here's more of an aerial shot. Put pines on the outside of the map and a bunch of mist and smoke. Just so, again, some kind of sense of scale. And there's a little bit of, just a few props in here. Like this 2D map had a table already kind of built in, so I put in some 3D model chairs. I couldn't quite find a table on the workshop that was that big. And if you tried to scale a table, it just got ridiculously huge. It was just comical. So I didn't use that. Little bits here and there, statue, wood piles, broken crates. This was a tower that was under being remodeled in a way. So, it's kind of wonky when they walk in. Things are crumbling. The stone doesn't quite line up because it's being fixed. So we got some fire pits here, which create great atmosphere. Now, of course, I have messed with the lighting here. Let's just kind of reset that real fast. Boop. There we go. This is what it really looks like. Now you can see the smoke. The snow. Now, for some reason, the snow is going upwards. I don't know what happened there. I'm trying to find the cube that the snow kind of generates from. I'm trying to find the cube of where that's happening because it looks ridiculous. You don't really spot it at first, but you do catch it after a few moments. So I'm trying to fix that. I don't know where the heck that cube is at that's doing that. But, minor problem. But here it is. Let's go do a aerial shot. It's top-down view. This is the map. It's a square table. I have found that these DM Guild maps, at least the heroic maps that I've come across, so far, the swamp maps and this tower map, this is one image of 4 in that map pack, work best on square tables. So if you're trying to put these together, that's what I have found that works the best. If you do it on a rectangular table, it really stretches out the map and it looks a little weird. Now, I don't know how old this map is. Maybe it was released years ago. Perhaps they've changed things up. But this is what I found to work best. As you can see, here is, let's do first person. I have changed up my background to the night forest. Again, just to help sell the atmosphere. Let's go back to third person. There we go. You can see pillars. I didn't put a roof on, of course. Just when you put roofs on these things, it's very cumbersome. It's not going to work well, even though it would be kind of cool. And of course, all the pine trees. I used a hex grid, as you can see, because with these square grid just kind of got messy when you looked at it, because you already got these huge squares in the floor, and it started to look a little weird. So a minor adjustment. But anyway, this is it, guys. It's nothing special. This is something I had to add to Hoard of the Dragon Queen because of our circumstances. And the campaign diary and the cutscenes, the radio drama number 10 talks about this, but the Drow have been dispatched to assassinate and kill Frulam. And this was an opportunity to do so because they were outside the city. There wouldn't be a lot of witnesses, and the Drow is hoping to kill everyone, just everyone here, including, of course, Frulam. So what I wanted to do, though, I could tell you this. I wanted to build out a full map, like a tower that would just, in 3D, that would go up really high. That way I could put the spiders crawling up the tower. Some would be inside the tower, others would be crawling up it, and they could look out a window and see the spiders kind of coming up towards them. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough time. I could not find models that were ready to go, and to build one, which I could do, would have just taken hours and hours and hours, and I didn't have the time to do it. That was the original scope of it. That's what I really wanted to do, but couldn't do it. So anyway, I kind of faked it. They're high in the sky. There's just some mist and clouds, and of course the pines and snow, because my game takes place during winter. But anyway, just another table I am using in Tabletop Simulator. I highly suggest this. If you have not tried it, pick it up. I have dumped over 100 hours into this software, and it's still not enough. I wish I could build out every single map. It's just so much fun, and my players really, really love it. They really love it. Ooh, yeah, let's get in there. When they see it put together, I think for them, as I've said before, it does create atmosphere, and all eyes are on the TV screen, that's for sure, when these things pop up. Anyway, guys, that's it. As I create more maps and I add them to Hoard of the Dragon Queen, I will be sure to, make a video about it. All right, guys, that's it. I guess I will see you in the next video.